they're really building around along the bridge right now.
There they are.
You guys can see them over there on the left side there. They'll start flying. There they go. There they go. So they're coming out a little bit later than they did last night. They came out about 8:44 last night. It's 8:53 right now, so a little bit later they saw there was a big crowd tonight. They probably wanted to build a little anticipation, a little suspense here. So all these bats you're seeing right now, they're all female. These girls just gave birth to one pup each. There's actually 1.5 million Mexican free-tailed bats in the bridge right now. But you guys are going to see about 750,000. That's because the babies aren't quite ready to fly out with their mothers yet. It'll take about 6 weeks for that to happen. So anyway, y'all can have another reunion in August and come watch all 1.5 million. There you go. Y'all having a good time tonight? Woo! Good deal. So these bats are with us here in Austin between mid-March and about mid-October. They migrate up from central Mexico and spend their summer here in Austin with us. For a long time, scientists thought that these ladies were getting pregnant on their Mexican vacation, but it actually happens right here in Austin after a long night on 6th Street. If you look back behind us, you can see the bats are flying eastward. They fly eastward because they're flying, number one, away from the light. The sun sets to the west, so they fly away from the light, they fly eastward. And also, the majority of the farmland around Austin is located east of town, and so they're heading over there because that's where most of the food is. These guys, these girls, they love to eat corny ear worm-moths. That's their favorite food, which also happens to be a crop eradicating insect. So these farmers love Mexican free-tailed bats. They love them. Now the reason why they stay in this bridge and not any other bridge on the lake is because this bridge is made in a way that attracts bats and not on purpose. It's actually an old bridge. It was built in 1910. It had to be refurbished in 1980. Part of that refurbishment required that long concrete beams be put in place along the entire length of the bridge. Each one of those concrete beams is about 20 inches tall. And the architect that did the bridge expansion planned ahead for the fluctuation of temperature that we have here in Austin. So we left expansion gaps between the concrete beams. Each one of those expansion gaps is about 1 to 2 inches wide. So what that did is it created a really nice crevice that's 20 inches deep, about 1 to 2 inches wide, where these bats love to live. It's prime real estate. And they move in on prime real estate rather quickly. The bridge expansion was completed in 1980. Ever since 1981, we've had 750,000 Mexican free-tailed bats migrate up from Mexico and stay with us from March to about mid-October. Now guess what? Back in 1981, we had 250,000 residents here in Austin. They weren't happy about all these bats. They're not happy at all. Not just because they were outnumbered 3 to 1. They were actually scared about a particular disease these bats sometimes carry. Anybody know what that is? Rabies, yes. Rabies. So back in 1981, there were petitions to have the bats exterminated. And there were propaganda posters that were circulating with the petition. It was scary stuff, guys. It was, the propaganda posters featured ladies with big hair getting chased by rabid, fanged bats. It was scary stuff. But of course, these Mexican free-tailed bats aren't attracted to ladies with large hair. It's a myth. It may have started in Dallas. I don't know. I don't know. So there was this gentleman, a champion for the bats, a Batman of sorts, who heard about all this hubbub happening down here in Austin, Texas, and he brought his organization, which is called Bat Conservation International, down here to Austin. This is now the headquarters for Bat Conservation International, and he taught us just about everything we know about these bats. This man's name is Dr. Merlin Tuttle. One thing he taught us about rabies in these bats is that they get a particular form of rabies virus. It's a paralytic form. And what that means is these bats become paralyzed within 24 hours. They actually die within 48 hours. Now, it's terrible news for the bats, but it's good news for all of us humans, because as long as we don't touch a bat that's on the ground, we're likely not to contract the rabies virus from a bat. So these mother bats, they have to eat their entire body weight in insects every single night. Their entire body weight. Can you imagine? It's about 1/2 of an ounce. It's not that much when you think about it on a per bat basis, but when you think about it on the basis of this entire colony, you're talking about 10 to 30,000 pounds of insects eaten every single night by just this colony alone. It's a lot of insects. It's about as many insects as this boat weighs. This boat weighs 25,000 pounds, so you can imagine how many insects, what an impact these bats have on the environment around here. At the same time that these insects are providing pest control for the farmers east of town, they're also providing fertilization. That's because guano is high in nitrogen. It's an excellent fertilizer. So anyway, Dr. Millentuttle taught us all of this. That's why these bats are still here, because people warmed up to them rather quickly when they realized that there were going to be 10 to 30,000 pounds of mosquitoes more every night here in Austin. So, anyway, who likes mosquitoes? Anybody? No? Yeah. A lot of people here in Austin in 1981 didn't like them either. So, thank them. Another benefit of having these bats here is that they're great for tourism. They're great for tourism. We have about 1,000 people that watch these bats on any given night. So, anyway, good news for the bats. Anybody have any questions or anything about the bats before I put the mic down? Y'all already are bat experts. That's good. Who else seen the bats before tonight? Oh yeah. Y'all are professional bat watchers. Oh, you didn't get all the information? I provide all the information? It's mind-blowing, isn't it? Blow your mind. You didn't know about the paralytic rabies part? Alright, well if you guys think of any questions, just let me know. We're going to cruise on back to the dock. We gave you all a little bit of bonus time so we can watch these bats. So we'll make our way kind of leisurely back to the dock, and you guys let us know if you need anything, and we'll be glad to help you out. Thank you all again for choosing Lone Star Riverboat. It's been a great night. Hope you all have fun too.